Data coming at you every which way.
You're a business owner. Tell me if this is you. You come into the office, you or your staff have got a big pile of data to get through. Not enough time to do it. You're wearing multiple hats. This isn't your forte. The data's coming in. You'd rather someone else was doing it. And if they already are, you have to wait until they've done it. What if you could click a button and have the data cleaned, sorted, processed, appropriated, assigned, allocated, using the power of Excel automation, just the way you like it and need it, tailor-made by a human being, so it takes away the waiting around, is repeatable, you can do it as often as you like, and it only takes seconds. If this captures your current pain, you might have just clicked on something that is going to make the future a little more pleasant, or a lot more pleasant. I'm going to show you an example of a tool we've created that does just that. But remember, this tool is for the particular application for which it was created. For our clients, every application we've created has been different, as I'm sure yours would be different. Here's a piece of ordinary data. It's raw in its format in that it's been downloaded, and it's been downloaded for a period of 1 year. Now, all we've done is that we've brought the CSV file into the Excel spreadsheet. I'm going to show you some routines that we've written. Just a few seconds and the routines will be run.
Okay, so now what's this all about? We've created a whole lot of information from a bunch of data, and we've sorted them, we've allocated them, we've coded them, as you'll see on the right-hand side here. And you can see that all the income and expenses for this particular business have been put very neatly into columns that probably might take some time for a human being to do. But it goes beyond that because we've got these templates that they go into, and the coding, as you can see, has categorized them here as well. So, okay, what's the magic of this? All right, so let's just have a look at this here. All right, so let's take you through it in a little bit more detail. You'll find that this data goes all the way down to row 379. And in our templates, all of our formulae go down to 379. So it's calculated exactly the size of the data, and also it's created appropriate formulae that pertain to these coding columns, labeled code. And done the same thing for the income.
And it's done all of these on the fly. So let's take an example. Let's take property rents, for instance. They have a total of 1.620 million. And you'll notice that these are all allocated at 100%. And if we come to the expenses for code 57, you'll see that these are 1.620 million.
Okay, so what happens if we decide that, for instance, the property rents are not 100% applicable? Perhaps for this particular instant, it's rent that was partly for somebody's private home. And so therefore, this particular thing, and I'm just obviously working with fake data, let's make this 0%, okay? So we would expect 17,500 to be taken from our total. And if we come here, the 1.620 has gone to 1.603 million. Yeah. And the same thing could be said here. If we wanted to change our sales figures,
Let's say our reporting for this particular sale was for two different businesses, and for this business only half applied. And I'm expecting for this particular sale for it to go down 875,000. So from 43 million and change, it should now reflect 42 million and change.
yeah. All right, so it's taken in the region of 10 or 11 seconds to create something that for a human being to do with all these formulas and everything else, with all the capability that we have put into this, it might take somebody several hours to put this together, if they don't make mistakes. Now, I'm going to do something really crazy. I'm going to
delete these sheets.
So we're back to square one. Now, I want you to imagine this. Imagine if someone had spent hours of work putting all this data together and it got deleted. What would be the result of that? How infuriated would they be? How much time would the business have lost? How much money might the business have lost trying to put it back together? But look at this. In another 10 seconds, this will all be recreated. And that's the absolute beauty of this. So one of the values of speed is repeatability, is the fact that we can do this over and over again and not worry about it. But let's look at this raw sheet for a second. What if you were to have another data sheet come in, maybe in 2 hours, maybe not next week or next month, but maybe in 2 hours. Maybe another one comes after that. And maybe the person who's just done these just doesn't have the time to do it again. This would be a really good reason to have automation done for you, because we can do it frequently. So the frequency increases because it only takes us about 10 or 11 seconds. All we do is we import the CSV file into this, and hey presto, it's done 10 seconds later. But obviously, this is just an example of something that I've created in VBA that has a particular application.
For my clients, I've created all sorts of different applications using not just numbers, but also words on both PC and Mac for reporting purposes, creating algorithms, for data cleansing, for analysis. So if you have a business that deals with data on a frequent basis, or deals with large volumes, for instance, contained in a number of files, or you have a one-off project that is going to be extremely time-consuming, anything that would soak up a lot of human time, taking up hours regularly or weeks or months, the answer's going to be automation.
Okay, so you've seen one particular application.
We brought in raw data, we cleaned, sorted, allocated it, and possibly played around with the amounts. We talked about how another dataset could arrive in a few hours and how we could get valuable information from it in just a few seconds. Hopefully, you're thinking about your own particular data processing needs, or perhaps you need a rules-based algorithm to create intelligent pathways for your data to be passed. Or, put another way, a smart piece of code that knows exactly what goes where, and as the captain of the enterprise says, makes it so. I know we don't know each other, but I wonder if you'd indulge me by asking yourself this question. What are the 3 things you'd do or would get back if you didn't have to spend so much time working on data? And where would you like to focus that energy instead? Would you have time to train a new employee? Would you be able to have your reports first thing on a Monday morning instead of waiting for them till the middle of the week perhaps? Would you be able to go home earlier? Or if you're paying someone, allow them to get more time with their family and come back fresh the next day? So, to conclude, I'm going to invite you to click the link below and get in touch with me. Let's talk about your problem and your pain points and see how we can solve it together. Thank you.